Thunder Force is the latest film directed by Ben Falcone and stars Melissa McCarthy and Octavia Spencer. It just dropped on Netflix today. It's a superhero kind of origin story film. And it tells the story of this event that happens where kind of supervillains are kind of running amok in these cities. I think it's multiple cities, however, but they really focus on the city of Chicago in this film. Well, anyway, these supervillains are running amok, and these two estranged best friends, played by Melissa McCarthy and Octavia Spencer, respectively, they kind of reunite, and it feels so good, if you will. But anyway, they reunite, and one of them, Octavia Spencer's character, she kind of has created this formula that can turn them into superheroes, so they can take back the city and kind of fight against the crime that's being committed in their city. All right, so let's talk about this thing first. Ben Falcone is notoriously known for teaming up with his wife in films, Miss McCarthy. And hey, I respect the guy for working with your wife and making these films and doing these projects that you really love. However, for me, their films haven't really hit the mark. I've been burnt several times with a lot of Ben Falcone's work. Now we're going to click over into Letterboxd right now. You can follow me at Adam Sideways over there, or Almost Sideways. You can follow us over there. And Ben Falcone has directed a few films. I've seen all of his films, actually. A Life of the Party, The Boss, Tammy, and Superintelligence, as well as Thunder Force. Superintelligence also reconnects them with Bobby Cannavale, which also stars in this film. I didn't mind that film as much. It's pretty ridiculous, and you have to expend disbelief, and it caught me on a good night. I don't give it a passing grade, but it's not the worst watch I've had. My least favorite film that Ben Falcone and Melissa McCarthy has done is Tammy, however, and Tammy is, that's a bad film. I did not really care for The Boss. Life of the Party was bad too. Thunder Force, I will give you this. Thunder Force is probably the best team up film that they've done together, in my opinion. I kind of found myself on this day. I didn't have any expectations going in. So one of my big positives for the movie is that I kind of didn't really hate it. I kind of did have some fun expectations. Maybe that's the charming nature of Octavia Spencer on screen. And I think the chemistry that Spencer and Melissa McCarthy did have worked kind of well for me on this night. And I also really liked the young lady that played Octavia Spencer's daughter in this film. I'll try to find her name here as well. And the young lady that played Octavia Spencer's daughter in this film, I believe her name, we're hopping over to IMDb real fast. Yeah, her name is Taylor Mosby. She only was in a couple films in this in her filmography so far, this being her third film. And I haven't really seen anything else. Apparently she appeared in Criminal Minds, and she was in the movie Breakthrough in 2019. I hadn't seen that film, but I actually was kind of impressed with her. I thought she was kind of a delight to watch on screen. I think that's the best moments of this film, is when all three of them are working together and kind of sharing some chemistry. And I kind of enjoyed their camaraderie together. I can't speak tonight. Their camaraderie together in this film, and it caught me and thought it was just kind of a charming little thing there. Going into some of the villains of this film, you see Bobby Cannavale playing this guy who's trying to go and to become the mayor of Chicago. He is the king. Don't call him king. It's the king. Also, you see Jason Bateman as this weird crab guy, which I was kind of surprised by. I didn't realize he was in this film. It's kind of funny enough that it is the second film that we see of Jason Bateman and Melissa McCarthy teaming up, the other time being Identity Theft. Not really a great one either. But the other big surprise here for me was that we see another MCU actor alongside Bobby Cannavale from Ant-Man fame. But we also see Pom Klementieff. I believe I probably mispronounced it. I do apologize. She plays a character called Laser. And it's kind of interesting to see her. I didn't really care for her character too much. I didn't think they developed her enough. And considering she's coming off a pretty big character as Mantis in the MCU, I thought that they probably could have fleshed out her character quite a bit more and gave her something to do. Instead, they shaved her eyebrows off, and she's kind of a shell of herself. I thought Mantis is a far better character. And we have like 4 films now to flesh out that character. However, even in Guardians 2, she was a lot better than this film. Melissa Leo, we have another Oscar-nominated performer in here, and Melissa Leo plays Allie, and she's kind of underutilized in this film as well. I think a lot of the characters are pretty much underutilized, and it's kind of a shame. But anyway, back to some of the things I liked about the movie, alongside the chemistry between the two main leads. I thought some of the jokes here hit a little better than other Ben Falcone movies, and I've been very critical on his films. I wasn't anticipating this one whatsoever, and I just got the screener in from Netflix, so I figured let's take a look at this movie. And yeah, I did laugh a couple times, and I think the big bright spot of this film is that it was a kind of a good little watch with my wife, and her and I really charmed to it. I think that if we had a couple of drinks in it, our drinks, we can relax a little bit more, we probably laugh a little bit little more. I don't think we're laughing with the movie. We're more like kind of laughing at kind of some of the silliness of the movie. Some of the jokes did land. I'm not going to give the movie 100% for that, because some of them did land for us. Some of the things I didn't like about this movie was kind of the villains. Bobby Cannavale's character, he's really good in some other films, but this one, he's kind of weak in here. I wanted to see him be more menacing and powerful, and they kind of left it open-ended as well. I've already talked about Laser's character here. I kind of felt really didn't feel fleshed out, and didn't really care for that too much. Now, this is a kind of weird one. Jason Bateman. I'm a big fan of Jason Bateman, mind you, and I think a lot of the stuff that he does in his comedic movies and his TV show performances are amazing. This one's a weird spot for me because he plays half man, half crab. They do a lot of lobster, not maybe crab, but lobster. They do a lot of lobster jokes, and this movie did do one thing. It made me want to have some lobster, butter up the lobster. And my wife actually asked me the question. She's like, is it wrong to think how much meat would be in those pinchers of Jason Bateman's character? And I'm like, is that cannibalism? Who knows? But it's kind of a weird little performance here, because I thought he was probably my favorite, the funniest part of the movie, but also the creepiest at the same time. So it didn't quite. It was kind of a weird spot, but Jason Bateman's kind of great in everything, so I give his performance here a pass. And I guess if I'm talking about some of the humor here, I think I'm kind of just tired of Melissa McCarthy kind of playing this dumb ditzy kind of character. Like, she's in every movie now, and especially with these movies with Ben Falcone, her husband, the director here. I find myself a little more frustrated with the same kind of gags in every single film. And mind you, I might like this movie a little bit more than others. I'm not saying that this is going to be a top 10 best movies of the year. I probably not going to maybe watch it as frequently as I watch like a Bridesmaids or something like that, or other Melissa McCarthy projects. However, it's not as bad as like Tammy or Life of the Party or The Boss. It's a serviceable film that really doesn't have any place really, other than to kind of like tease and make kind of fun of like superhero films in a way, and the kind of ridiculousness of their plots at times. And I'm a big, I know an advocate's the wrong word, but kind of along that same line, is I'm a big fan of superhero movies. I love what Marvel's doing. I really enjoyed Zack Snyder's Justice League this year as well. And this one is not really a great superhero movie, but there's some elements in here that do work, but they're executed kind of poorly. And I think that's what the movie is. It just misses the mark on the execution style, and I think that falls in the hands of Ben Falcone. So long story short, guys, if you enjoy Melissa McCarthy's comedy and you like Octavia Spencer, it's worth the watch, but don't go in with high expectations, or maybe go in with just kind of altered expectations enough to say, you know what, I'm going to just turn off my brain and try to find some enjoyment in this film, because I don't think it's terrible. I'm not going to sit here and bash it and just destroy somebody's work on the film. I'm going to give this film a 2 out of 4 stars, which is not a positive grade by any means, but it's below average. When I did find some enjoyment, and it's not like one of those movies I would never want to watch again, because catch me in the right mood. Hey, it's just that I remember having some fun with it. Maybe let's take a look at this movie again. That's kind of the film that it is. It's kind of a serviceable film. Gets me more excited for like a Black Widow. I know that's kind of weird to say, but it gets me excited for more of those superhero-y, big budgeted films, and it makes me want to go watch Zack Snyder's Justice League again, maybe. Anyway, guys, that's my quick thoughts on Thunder Force. Did you guys watch this film yet? And what did you guys think about it? Let me know in the comments section down below. Let's have a good conversation there, because Almost Sideways is a place for movie conversation. The conversation does not start or does not stop when this video ends. We are also a podcast. Full segments of our podcast will be on Apple, Spotify, Pandora, and Stitcher. Make sure you guys follow us. The links are in the description box down below. And also on YouTube, we drop clips from that show every couple days, every day maybe, depending on how fast it gets edited. But they also drop for Terry, Zach, Todd, and myself. We all drop clips throughout the week. So make sure you guys hit subscribe and for more movie conversation like this. We got some really cool stuff coming in the works, so make sure you guys stay tuned. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Adam, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.